We have recapped in depth a wild week 1 in the AFC North, and now it's time to turn the page to what will hopefully be a week 2 that lives up to as great of a week 1 as we just witnessed. We have another divisional battle. Let's start there. It's the Cleveland Browns on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, both coming off a loss, both looking to get their first win of the season, and it is Joe Flacco returning home. This is going to be a fun one. As always, let's start with the fellas that aren't involved in this game. Let's start with Mark. What do you think? Who gets it done here, the Browns or the Ravens?
You'd have to think the Ravens have the advantage by being at home, and also there has to be a leave. That last loss has to leave a salty taste in their mouth to be like. I don't see the Ravens going 0-2 with John Harbaugh. That would be crazy. You know, it happened I think last year as well. But but I think the Ravens are the better team. Browns having back-to-back divisional matchups. Who wrote the schedule for that? That's freaking awesome. But I think overall the Ravens can take this game and play at home and play strong because Lamar Jackson, I don't think, going to make too many errors, and nor would Derrick Henry. They did awesome last week. The whole game was awesome until they laid down a little bit and let the Bills win. So I've got the Ravens, to be honest.
All right, so Mark's got the Ravens improving to 1-1. The Browns falling to 0-2. Zim, you on the same wavelength as Mark here, or do the Browns find a way to not be on the wrong end of a 1-point differential here? Did they get it done against the Ravens? Jeez,
rooting for the Browns heavy. Just don't think that they can do it. All they have to do is watch the check down merchant Joe Flacco himself check the ball down against the Cincinnati Bengals this past week for 280 yards or whatever that was. Check. Keep everything in front of you. They're not going to be able to run on them. I don't know if Judkins plays or whatever. Relying on a rookie to be the saving grace of all of that, I think is kind of crazy in itself. I don't think Myles Garrett will affect the game like he did against the Bengals. Myles Garrett is Joe Burrow's kryptonite. I just don't see that happening. They don't have enough firepower, in my opinion, to keep up with the Ravens. The Joe Flacco 280 yards or whatever it was is fool's gold. Sampson is a great catcher out the backfield, but I just don't think that if they were to get into a 20-point, whatever, anything, anytime that Flacco had to push the ball beyond 10, 15 yards, you saw the 2 interceptions. They're not going to be able to do that on the Ravens at all. It'll be more interceptions. The one thing I do worry about is the Ravens' pressure, but I do think that the Ravens win this game by 7 points, not 10, not 3, but 7 points. So 27-20, maybe something a little nasty like that. If you're a Ravens fan, you're probably upset that the Browns scored 20.
All right, it's time to get the thoughts from Zay and Sam on the battle of Zay and Sam. Zay, I'll start with you here on this one because it is your quarterback's coming home party. He's heading to Baltimore, amped up, looking to get the W. Does he get that W? You predicted a 2-0 start, a legendary start for Flacco. Was a point shy towards getting that first win, but is he going to get it done in week 2?
It's funny, ironically, I would just want to touch on what Zim had said real quick. He said the check down merchant when Burrow was the only quarterback to not throw past the 15 yards that he mentioned, and also relying on a rookie. You guys got rid of your guy, Joe Mixon, and brought in a rookie, Chase. Never mind. Either way,
that was 3 years ago.
The Browns are going to go ahead and win this game. What are we talking about? The disrespect that the Ravens are displaying right now. It's just going to be all the better when they show Joe Flacco hold up that trophy on that screen, and then they pan over to the camera and see Joe with that big old smile on his face. And then at the end of the game, they're going to have Aditi Kikabala interviewing him all tall with that same old look on his face that they showed earlier when he was holding the trophy about how special it is and all of this good stuff. So I'm excited for the game. However, it would have been nice had the Ravens not had this sour taste in their mouths. Usually when the Ravens lose games in that type of fashion, the next one usually isn't pretty. But I'm confident in our defense. Our playmakers on offense weren't even the big focal point this past game. And I expect Joe Flacco to remind people what it was before he got replaced by Lamar Jackson. So I'm hoping for let's say 24-20, 23-20, and we get the game winning kick this week with Schmidt, and then we'll be, hooray and hurrah.
Ooh, a little redemption for Schmidt and a happy Joe Flacco in the reunion. Sam, I don't know if the Boo Birds are going to be flying down on Flacco or it'll be a warm welcome, but either way, I know you, all of Ravens fans, and of course the Ravens themselves are looking to spoil that homecoming. Do they? Do they get the victory in the division over the Browns?
We love Joe Flacco over here in Baltimore. We owe Joe Flacco a lot. So a lot of Ravens fans are excited to see him, honestly. I know this is like a rivalry game to some, but for Ravens fans, we really just want to see Joe Flacco in Baltimore one more time. And we hope that he doesn't take this butt whooping personal because it will be a blowout. I am not convinced about what the Browns have in store.
Yes,
I am sorry, buddy. Those tackles looked really bad against the Bengals. I think that a lot of people are pointing to the pass rush of the Ravens. They don't realize the first, I guess, quarter, the Ravens were really going after and trying to get to Josh Allen, but the Ravens were concerned about the rushing lanes as well as the passing lanes. So Mike Green actually got chewed out of it a bit because he over-pursued a little bit. That won't be the case with Joe Flacco. He's a statue down there. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. The Browns need to protect Joe Flacco. I don't see them doing it. It's going to be, I'm going to say 35-3 win for the Baltimore Ravens. It's looking it's going to be a little bad. I'm sorry, Zay. Just keeping it in the buck.
Can we bet dinner that don't happen or something? Like, you got me all the way bet. That is nowhere near happening.
It's going to be at least a 3 touchdown win, I think. But yeah, we could do dinner.
Yeah, we're going to have to bet dinner.
Yeah,
we'll see how good
that. You know that is the highest spread.
Do you live in Baltimore?
I don't live in Baltimore. I won't be in Baltimore for that game.
Damn,
are you going to be in Baltimore?
I was thinking about driving up for the pregame and tailgate stuff and getting some content.
I'll fly down if you go. For real.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
did you know the Ravens have the highest state?
Oh crap! I can't. Wait a minute. It's my son's birthday on Sunday. I can't go. Okay.
I thought you were going to say the private jet was out of fuel and you couldn't.
No.
Maybe next time.
I'll fly down. It's crazy.
I love that. Hey, going to be a great battle. Can't wait to recap it next week on the show, but it's the reunion for Joe Flacco. We have 3 predictions that are going in the favor of his former team, the Ravens. Zay stands alone thinking his Browns get it done. Let's turn the page. 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon. It's a cat fight at Paycor. The Jaguars and the Bengals, both 1-0. The Jags beat up on the Carolina Panthers. They really took it to them. You would have thought that game would have been maybe a bit more even, but it wasn't. The Panthers looked atrocious. The Bengals get it done by 1 point as we recapped on the show, despite the offense of the Bengals not being what we're accustomed to seeing. Regardless, they get it done. One of these teams improves to 2-0. One falls to 1-1. Who will it be, Mark? It's Bengals. It's Jags. Who takes it?
Yeah, you'd have to think at home, Bengals probably have the better go here. The offense does turn around and then scores more than 16. I don't see Jaguars doing too much, to be honest. To be short and sweet, the Bengals are going to win this one. And they're at home. They'll go 2-0. And then we'll get Zim being even more crazier and crazier as the season goes on. I can't wait for that. Bengals win 31-20 or something like that.
Mark, I can't wait either.
Yeah, I know you can't wait.
Mark's got the offense back dialed in for the Bengals in this one.
They'll kill it.
Sam, you thinking the same? You thinking the Bengals are crushing the Jags here?
Yeah, Zim's going to be unbearable next week. I think that the Bengals are going to destroy the Jaguars. I think the Bengals are going to be upset about it. I know Joe Burrow's upset about what happened last week. He wants to put some points on the board. I don't see it happening for the Jags. Give me the Bengals winning pretty big here. Give it about 14-point win.
Zay. One question, Z, before you get to Zay. Do you guys think Travis Hunter will play cornerback this game? Will they change him?
His coach said that he's going to play a lot more.
I was thinking about that. So, because you guys got the big offense, right, that don't really need him on offense, I'll play him cornerback. I think it's a smart move they do.
Zay, I know you think your Browns should have had these Bengals. Will the Jags have them this upcoming week in Cincinnati?
If only the Jags were at home, I feel like it would be a different story, but kind of similar to what the Ravens are, man. Joe Burrow, one of them dudes where it's like, ooh, I threw for 113. All right, well, I'm going to throw for 413 just to show y'all that last week wasn't what it was. And the Jaguars aren't a fraction of the Browns defense. So, unfortunately, yeah, Zim's probably going to be unbearable. Zim, I know you got the stat on it. When's the last time y'all went 2-0? Because I imagine that's going to be part of your arsenal next week.
I'm not sure. Zach Taylor is never won a week 2 game in his whole entire tenure as a Bengals coach.
Okay, I'm taking the Jaguars. We're gonna continue. We gonna continue the trend then. With him not getting one, Joe Burrow's still gonna go fantastic, but somehow, some way, Zach Taylor's not gonna get it. Thank you for that stat, Zim. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Zay with the upset, taking the Jags, making sure Zach Taylor never gets a week 2 W. Someone who's in agreement with you there, Zay, it's Whip Hero. Jags are beating the Bengals by 10. Y'all tissue paper, despite what they did last week. Despite a great defensive effort. No respect yet, Zim. Will we get some more respect?
Again. Let him go.
Why y'all think I'm so unbearable? See, look, what happens is the energy that gets sent my way, I just return it. That's all it is.
Favor.
Energy for my dog Zim.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got a show.
Only for my dog.
Why does Z zoom in? That's crazy.
Hey, dog, Z-Bot with the zoom in is
letting that flow.
My dog, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, man.
That's why he's the bigger man, Johnny, on the spot.
There he is. That's AFC North football right there. There he is, a man of his word.
Speaking of AFC North football, are the AFC North Cincinnati Bengals getting it done against the Jags?
Yeah, I do, but it's a lot closer than what I think. Joe Burrow starts off every single season very, very. I don't get it. Like I rewatched the game, all 22, and a condensed version as well too. Guys running all over the field. I think that he's scared of Myles Garrett. That's one thing I will say. That's why I don't look at TJ Watt the same as I do Myles Garrett. Joe Burrow is afraid of that dude, bro. Like guys are running open. He does not throw the ball. The last time he played the Jags, it started off rough. Like, as I mentioned, they play a lot of zone coverage. You cannot do that against the Bengals. That is the one thing I think is in their favor. This past week, Etienne ran for like 150. Bryce Young is a bum too. So there was a lot of different things. I think the Bengals are going to be a lot better against the run defense. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a better game. Brian Thomas is going to score too. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be another close game. It's going to be another Joe Burrow not throwing for what I think he is until later in the season. So I got the Bengals another 20. Let's go 22-19.
Ooh, we got a barn burner. Zim's predicting a low-scoring, close game, but the Bengals get it done and prove it 2-0. Zach Taylor loves the sound of that, getting his first win in week 2. All right, we stay in the 1 p.m. window to cap things off here at home in Pittsburgh, and it is going to be DK Metcalf taking on his former team. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers taking on an old rival of his when he was in Green Bay. This should be a hell of a game. Looking at Seattle's defense last week, they looked really good against the Niners. You could argue they could have won that game in several different ways. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, their defense wasn't exactly what we thought it would be, but didn't matter because Aaron Rodgers showed up and showed out 4 touchdowns. And you know he's going to want to get DK Metcalf involved in this one. And as Mark alluded to earlier, some history on the line as well. Could surpass Brett Favre in this game with touchdown passes. Zay, I'll kick it off with you here first. Steelers, Seahawks. Do the Steelers go 2-0? Do the Hawks go 0-2? Or does Seattle get their first win of the season?
I'm nervous a little bit just because I don't want Aaron Rodgers to get this groove. And then you talk about Mark saying he could pass who? Brett Favre for all-time touchdowns or something like that?
Yep, needs to.
Damn. Yeah, man. I think the Steelers are gonna come away with this one. I'm gonna go close though, like 17-10.
Ooh, so you got a low scoring game. I'm guessing the 17 that you have predicted there. You're gonna I'm guessing you're thinking Aaron Rodgers scores 2 touchdowns, he gets that record?
Yeah, he's gotta get the record.
All right. So you got a 17-14 victory for Pittsburgh, close one, and I think it's an accurate prediction based on what we saw from that defense last week. That was basically the final score of that Niners Seahawks game, so it could be another outcome like that again this week. Sam, what do you think? Steelers, Seahawks in Pittsburgh.
I was close to picking the Seahawks to win this game. The reason why I'm not is because I don't trust Sam Darnold when he's going up against TJ Watt. Very similar to how Zim feels about Joe Burrow against Myles Garrett. I think TJ Watt may be the difference in this game. Hopefully Mike McDonald has something planned for DK Metcalf because I love what I saw from DK Metcalf in that game. Is he like a top tier, wide receiver in any stretch? But once he got the ball in his hands, That boy is scary. So I think that it's going to be very much one of those games where DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers are going to have to get a rapport, but I don't trust Sam Darnold to play with pressure in his face, and I think that's what's going to happen in this game. Give me the Steelers winning this one 21-13.
2 for 2 on the Steelers. Zim, you making it 3 for 3?
No, sir. I'm going Seahawks on this one.
Tell me why.
I just think defensively that McDonald, like Ravens fans can attest to this, that Mike McDonald defense is going to be different. I don't Aaron Rodgers being sacked 4 times last week. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think. I think when he sees real defenses on a week-to-week basis, it's going to be some challenges. I thought he did really good for week 1 to kind of get out of adversity and make some plays. You see like the little, plays here and there. But I just think Seahawks their defense is going to give him a hard time. I do think he hits the multi, like I think, what was it, 1.5? I do think he has the 2 touchdowns, but I think the difference is he has 2 picks this week.
Ooh, so 2 for 2. We got 2 touchdowns for Rodgers, but 2 picks. Seattle's defense gets it done according to Zim. Mark, according to you, are your Steelers going 2-0 or are they dropping this one at home?
Yeah, we got a good chance. I think as well, last week versus the Jets, Rodgers could have thrown 2 picks too. There was definitely a chance that the Jets dropped the ball. Our defense needs to shore itself up, cannot allow 32 points. Our D-line needs to get better. All Steelers fans know that from our D-line, the Cameron Haywood and those guys, Benton. Derek Harmon is out. Deshaun Elliott is out. So definitely need to shore that up. And they cannot allow Sam Darnold, seeing ghost, going down the field. And he's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback. Going down the field and getting 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns to win the game. Our defense has to be better. There won't be, I don't think, any RPO action or any mobile quarterback with Sam Darnold. So at home, the Steelers, I think, have the advantage. They should win this. Seahawks going to be a tough game. Can't be going to be piss easy and let them in and win, or think we're going to win like last week I did with the Jets. But Steelers, if they can run the ball effectively, which they didn't do as well. Rodgers, I think he's going to start to get a bit of a groove and find DK Metcalf. 2 TDs as well. I think the Steelers can win this. Probably more realistic this week. I'll say 24-18, the Steelers win. Some weird score like that.
24-18, a win's a win, Mark. 24 points for the Steelers after putting up 34 last week. You have them getting it done. You have them improving to 2-0. We can't wait to recap it, and that's what we'll do this time next week, right where you're at here on the AFC North Roundtable. Make sure to join us to recap all the games we just predicted. But for tonight, that's going to do it. Week 2 predictions locked in, week 1 recapped, and we look forward to joining you again next week to talk all about what goes down this upcoming week. Zim, what do you got for me?
This was just a picture of Zay after the game. I actually made it my background. Hold on, is it over here? I had it as my background. This is my background now on my phone. As you can see, that's a Bengals guy right there, and then that's Zay. Because don't let him fool you, telling you that he feels good about the game. He didn't feel good after the game this past week. So there we go. There we go.
I think that what's your buddy behind you? His name Zay, the ref. What's his name? Where is he?
His name is Zim. He had a Bengals shirt on, and I was standing right there with you, Zay. We had a good time.
It's crazy because you don't say nothing the whole chat. You gonna wait till the end of the game. You could at least say what's up. You could at least show some love.
He's hiding in the weeds.
It gets worse. The more the Bengals win, the worse it gets every week.
It will get worse for you, Mark, if you play with me. If you play around here, we're gonna bring you around.
The Bengals, man. I can't stand them.
I know you do. That's what this show. That's what I'm here for. I grew up my whole childhood hating Steelers. I don't like your bumper stickers on your car. I feel like you guys cut me off on the road. You bums are all over the United States, and nobody's ever even been to Pennsylvania. Steelers and Cowboys are a virus. They are all over the world, and I don't like you either. And this is what this show is for. So you can see my ugly ass here every Wednesday, and you can remember how much you hate the Bengals. That's what I'm here for, Mark.
Well, make sure to tune in and see all of our ugly asses next Wednesday. We'll recap week 2, and maybe it will get worse. Maybe we'll see an even more fired up Zim if they finally get that second win under Zach Taylor. We can't wait to see you next Wednesday. But until then, that's going to do it for tonight. For Zay, for Zim, Mark, Sam, I'm your host, Z-Bot. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning into the AFC North Roundtable, and we'll see you on the next one.